Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is inspecting the expected. I love looking at HGTV shows, and it's interesting for me to watch the variety of homes that people purchase and their excitement to describe how they're going to use their new space. In some cases, they want a move-in ready place where they don't have to do a thing. In other cases, they want a blank palette where they can renovate it to make it their own. But more unsettling is when their excitement over their new home is interrupted by an inspector who uncovers things like termites or water or mold damage, roof leakage, faulty electrical wiring, the list goes on, and it results in costly repairs. The surface of the structure looked great to untrained eyes, but expert eyes identified serious infrastructure problems that would eventually come to light as some component of the house failed. For any home to avoid such a fate, it requires preventive maintenance for every aspect of the structure and investing money to keep it up to code. The same thing can happen in our organizations. On the surface, there may be great press reviews, robust stock prices, and a strong appeal to customers. But in some cases, a peek under the surface can reveal concerns about the infrastructure, whether sales are sustainable, what are the risk factors impacting consumer confidence or the supply chain. Examples of organizations with infrastructure issues are easily identifiable these days. One example is the now defunct company Theranos that widely promoted a new technology for conducting blood tests until it was discovered that the equipment really didn't work, and now both founders have been convicted of fraud. A compromised infrastructure can be unbelievably costly to stakeholders and to the general public, but most of this can be avoided by proactively making decisions to anticipate and minimize risk, to apply preventive maintenance, and operate based on values of honesty and truth. The same opportunities exist in the infrastructure of our leadership. Whether observing a team or a singular person, outsiders may see great results. They may see positive connections with employees and stakeholders and great collaborative activities. But sometimes, when you peel back the cover, you find toxic behaviors, core capabilities that are missing, and poor team dynamics that reveal a different story. This can result in higher attrition, disengagement, team members whose capabilities aren't well developed, unnecessarily conflict, poor performance, and more. And all of this impacts business results. So how do you know if your organizations and leaders are really performing as they appear to be? You should inspect what you expect. Inspections are a means to proactively embrace values, behaviors, and processes that keep organizations and their leaders functioning at optimal levels. They're simply a feedback mechanism. They reflect and describe what's going on. And as problems are addressed, organizations and their leadership can minimize the financial, reputational, and operational risk. Absent that, any infrastructure issues will only be exacerbated with time, at which point the negative impact will be greater. So there are 3 keys to creating the right expectations. The first, establish standards for organizations, for leaders based upon specific values and behaviors, based on government and industry regulations and stakeholder needs. The second one, develop leaders with the understanding, knowledge, and the skill sets to meet these standards through training them, coaching them, mentoring, facilitated learning, and challenging assignments. And the third one, assess progress to the standards through regular audits, reports, metrics, 360 feedback processes. The bottom line is you will establish trust both internally and externally that the organization is what it says it is and that it will keep its brand promise to all stakeholders. Thanks for listening.